Well, good morning, everybody. John Grimsmo here. It is Tuesday, May 31st or something like that. 2 days before we leave for Blade Show. These late nights and early mornings are starting to catch up to me. 4 hours of sleep a night is not a lot of sleep several days in a row. I did work the weekend, which I normally don't do, but I brought Clara into work with me for 4 hours each day, which was really interesting. It was fun. She'd be on her own for a little bit, and then she'd be bored, so we'd play, and then we had a good time, I think, and I got some good work done with her otherwise occupied on the computer or whatever. So that was fun. And, things are going pretty good. But today I just wanted to talk about my job history, which is basically non-existent. You could even say that I'm jobless, which will be the title of this video. I've really only had one job, although I just realized the second one. When I was a kid, I had a paper route, so that would be the second one that I was thinking of. But when I was 15 years old, I worked for, I think it was a month, for a little company called Golfwits. And I was basically doing data entry in the computer. I worked there for a month until they laid me and a bunch of other people off because they weren't making much money. And then I was like, screw this. I made the however many hundreds of dollars I made, and I bought some parts for my mountain bike when I turned 16, and then life was good. And that's really the only job I've ever had. After that, I worked with my dad for many, many years doing website design and other kind of computery stuff. And that was good, and then I moved on from there, and I've been an entrepreneur ever since. I don't know what it is about my brain, my mentality. I think I get it from my dad, obviously, being an entrepreneur himself. I've just never desired to work for anybody else, ever. It's never, I don't know, I can't do it. There's something about my core. Even when we're flat broke, even when we're having a baby, our first kid, when I should be going out and getting work, something about me just couldn't do it. I can't explain it. I could have if times were tough enough. And they were tough. And I probably should have financially, but we scraped through anyway. We'd be in the middle of winter in Canada with no heat in the house. And my wife's, many months pregnant, 8-9 months pregnant. It was terrible. I should have. But I didn't. And we persevered, and we made do anyway. And I don't know. Here I am, right? Sometimes that's what it takes. Sometimes it's foolish. Sometimes you're stupid by doing things like that. But that's kind of what it takes. Also, I have no education. I have no university, college. I didn't really care about high school too much. I just skated through, like B's and C's, A's in some topics that I was decent at. I liked math, I guess. I found it easy. Basic math, none of the advanced stuff. But yeah, I didn't take high school seriously. And I didn't know what I wanted to do, on those career days. I was like, I don't know. I guess I was in Boy Scouts a lot. And I was in fire cadets for a summer, which was fun. It was interesting. So I'm like, do I want to be a fireman? I don't know. But it's like, at least back in the 90s, late 90s, when I was in high school, all the job suggestions were all the classic stuff, like firefighter, police officer, doctor, lawyer. And they're great positions. I'm not making fun of any of that. But I didn't even realize that there were all these niche jobs out there. Machinist, automotive fabricator, technicians, welders, pipe fitters, all these cool jobs I had no idea existed. And at the time, I wasn't even interested in a shop class at all. I was super into mountain bikes, so I had the technical aspect there. I didn't even get into cars until after high school, when I met my wife who lived an hour away, and I had to drive to see her. That's when I got into cars. I'm like, well, I got to drive an hour to see this beautiful lady. I got to soup up this car to enjoy it more and to fix it up and keep it on the road and all that. So that's when I got into cars. But in high school, man, I didn't even take I took a grade 8 woodworking class, which I actually loved, and I made a wicked chessboard and a cutting board that we still use. I'm really proud of those. But I don't know why it didn't click. It wasn't like in grade 8 I wasn't like, this is what I need to be doing. I need to be doing more of this. And I can't figure out why. Thinking back on it, I don't know why I didn't pursue that more, because I loved it and I really enjoyed the accuracy and the technicality of it all. I probably should have pursued it more, but I didn't. Whatever. Maybe if I had someone around me who saw that passion, that skill, and was like, you made a really nice chessboard as your like second project in woodworking class. And I remember asking the teacher, like, come on, give me something harder. This is stupid. I'm not going to make just what everybody else is making. You know, he's like, well, you can make a chessboard. Sure, do it. Maple, walnut, 2 different contrasting colors. That was awesome. But anyway, you know, no university, no college, no apprenticeship. I didn't work anywhere that taught me all the machining stuff that I know. Like, YouTube has been my teacher, and communicating directly with the few people that I've taken the initiative to contact directly for advice. You know, I think one thing I've learned is that you can't be afraid to ask people questions and advice and tips and tricks, because if they're good, wholehearted people, they'll be willing to share. I share things all the time, because I realize that information itself is not everything. It's execution. You got to be able to pull it off. You got to be able to have the skills and the knowledge and the passion to pull it off. It's not just the knowledge. I mean, the knowledge should be free, like, for most things. You know, that's why I'm not afraid to share a lot of the knife making tips and tricks, a lot of the CNC tips and tricks that I'm learning, even though I spend, you know, hours and hours learning these individual skills. I'm like, well, if I can make life easier for the next guy, all more power to it, because the guy before me made life easier for me by explaining this one thing on YouTube or in an email or whatever. So it's all just passing it forward and learning that way. I mean, I am a self-teacher through and through. Even right now, I'm like completely immersing myself in micro machining. By the way, if anybody is like an expert at micro machining, comment or email me or something, because I got to talk to you. I'm having real trouble with that. 20 thou end mill, titanium, stainless, like heat-treated stainless steel. I got to talk to you, please. And I'll do some videos on that hopefully in the coming future. But it's kind of driving me nuts. Yeah, sidebar. But I don't know. I guess I'm saying it goes to show that you don't have to be super educated. You don't have to have a long career, tons of experience, tons of training and apprenticeship and mentors and all that. It certainly helps, and it probably progresses you faster. But I didn't have it, and it took me forever. But I'm here, and I've got some awesome equipment, and I've got some amazing knowledge in my head, and I'm really, really happy with the parts that we're making. You know, and I'm constantly trying to progress that. I'm constantly trying to learn more and do better, and that's just the way that I am. So, I mean, that's my job, is teaching myself how to do things, how to do them well, and then how to do them great, and then how to do them freaking fantastic. That's my job. So, that's that, you guys. Looking forward to a day of work today. That's third gear, not first gear. And I will see you guys tomorrow. And I'm really interested and looking forward to doing these grinds on when we're at Blade Show. You know, on the trip down there and all that. So I'll talk to you guys soon. Bye.